Hey there, interwebs. Picture, if you will, an armored spider covered in eyes, a living fossil, an ancient relic with alien blood in its veins, lurking in the depths of the oceans, but rising to the shallows to spawn. That nightmare is a horseshoe crab, and this strange Twilight Zone parody is a show I like to call How Fascinating. You probably know all about the horseshoe crab already. It's a crustacean with a venomous stinger and incredibly valuable blood. All of that is either incorrect or will be soon. A horseshoe crab is an amazing, fascinating creature, but what it isn't is a crab. It's not even a crustacean. It's still an arthropod, but then again so are termites and barnacles. The fellow is a member of the subphylum Chelicerata. This includes the arachnids like spiders and scorpions, and a very recent scientific study utilizing molecular phylogenetic analysis, whatever that may be, actually placed horseshoes among the arachnids. They're also considered living fossils due to their origin 450 million years ago, and that's not hyperbole, it's a scientific classification. You may have heard that the bit protruding from their posterior is a venomous stinger, and given their relation to scorpions you could be forgiven for thinking this, but it's false. It's actually known as a telsin and serves a much more important purpose. If you find a horseshoe in the wild, exercise the same caution that you would if it were venomous. They'll appreciate the care. Because they have a biological streamek, you might expect that they'd abhor being belly up, but they're also quite proficient at the backstroke. That's not a joke. They normally swim upside down and at an incline. Is it difficult to see where they're going like that? It would be, if they weren't covered in eyeballs. They have 2 compound eyes on their carapace with 1,000 facets each, a pair of medial eyes that can see visible and ultraviolet light, 3 more spare eyes scattered about, another pair of ventral eyes on their belly near their mouth, and a bunch of photoreceptors on their telson. Plus their rods and cones are the largest of any animal, 100 times bigger than humans, and their vision gets 1,000,000 times more sensitive to light at night. Despite all this, they still somehow have poor eyesight, but whatever. It's not how you look that matters. What counts is on the inside. I mean that literally. Their blood is incredibly valuable, worth between $50,000 and $60,000 a gallon. Human blood, for comparison, only costs about $1,500 on a good day. Now aren't you glad your car runs on nice cheap gasoline? Horseshoe blood carries oxygen through the use of hemocyanin, which is sort of a cloudy blue color because it contains copper. This raises the question of why Vulcan's copper-based blood is green. Maybe it's a different molecule, but whatever. Horseshoe blood also contains amoebocytes, which perform a function similar to white blood cells in humans. When amoebocytes come in contact with a foreign pathogen, they cause the blood to clot and isolate it. This is extremely useful in the medical field and has given rise to a lucrative industry of horseshoe blood harvesting. Because we need horseshoes to survive and maintain their population, though, they aren't completely drained. Some of their blood is taken, and then they're released back into the wild. Obviously, this is still a traumatic process, and mortality estimates range anywhere from 3 to 30%, and some scientists suspect certain companies of not releasing their crabs at all, and instead selling them as commercial fishing bait. The good news for horseshoes is that this practice may not be around for much longer. Thanks to researchers at Kyushu University, we can synthesize a substance known as recombinant factor C through the use of genetically modified insects, which remember are closely related to horseshoes. Synthetic RFC is just as effective as the genuine article and a fraction of the cost, so harvesting horseshoes for their blood is already on the decline and expected to disappear in the near future. So yeah, the alien nature of these little weirdos extends well beyond their resemblance to facehuggers. Thanks for watching, and have a fascinating day.